When it comes to new video game announcements and video game showcases, I'm definitely someone who gets excited for them, but I feel like I'm a much more reserved person when it comes to my reaction to them. I'm not hooting and hollering and throwing stuff and crying for the camera. It's kind of why I don't like streaming those events, because I'm someone who's just kind of like more so, oh, that's pretty cool. It takes something very impactful to get a big emotion out of me. But that actually happened yesterday. Yes, the Nintendo Direct and the indie world weren't the cream of the crop when it comes to new announcements. Check out my full video on those presentations that I uploaded yesterday after checking out this one. But there was one announcement that made me very happy. Genuine excitement, genuine happiness, giddy like a schoolgirl. And of course, that is the Castlevania Dominus collection. Where did this come from? I was so thrilled to see this. Some of my favorite games of all time in this collection. The collection is also available right now, 25 bucks on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. We're going to be taking a look at the Switch version of the game, and I have a lot of things to say. It's going to be pretty much just me gushing about these games, so strap in and get ready. All right, so here is the Castlevania Dominus collection for the Nintendo Switch. I'm sure it's pretty much the same across the board, although there is one advantage that we will talk about when it comes to the Switch version of this game. So it consists of 3 Nintendo DS games. I don't know why they're not in sequential order. They're actually backwards in terms of when these games came out originally. I don't know, just a little weird thing I noticed. So you have Castlevania, Order of the Ecclesia, Castlevania, Portrait of Ruin, and the cream of the crop, Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. This is one of my favorite games of all time. This is my favorite Castlevania Metroidvania style game ever. I love this game. I've played it. I've beaten it so many times, but I don't care. It's amazing. I think it's better than Symphony of the Night. And you can disagree with me. You can be like, oh, look at that anime art style. But you're wrong. Anime art style is beautiful. I've always been a fan of anime art style. Or something like that. So if it was just these 3 games, brilliant. For $25, brilliant. Like, these are very expensive games. But wait, there's more. We have the extra games, which consist of Haunted Castle, which of course is the arcade precursor to Castlevania. Obviously heavily inspired the Castlevania franchise and stuff. Some people consider it a Castlevania, some people don't. But, you know, I think it's pretty much a Castlevania. It just isn't called Castlevania. But this is a super fun, very challenging game. But now they've added in something else. Castlevania, or Haunted Castle Revisited, with like new graphics and stuff. And it looks really freaking good. So we're going to check that out too as well. Oh, you want more stuff? Well, you get more stuff. There's, of course, the art gallery. And, of course, we will go to Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow and we'll look at Soma Cruz. And you're saying to yourself, RGT, I thought you didn't like anime. No, I never said that, pal. I never said that. Plus, Soma Cruz's style is above anime. Like, he can look like this because he's Soma Cruz, like one of the most badass people like ever. And of course you have all the different characters, you have sketch work and stuff like this. I'm someone who actually owns, you have the instruction booklet as well. I'm someone who owns the physical copy of this game, and I also own the strategy guide for this game, which is really cool because you can reverse it to get one of the hidden modes that you unlock after beating the game. Super cool stuff. I love to see stuff like this. You also have a music gallery, so you can listen to music from the various games. Bloody Tears Revisited. Why would you not listen to Bloody Tears? And then you have some various settings that I find to be pretty interesting. You can play different versions of the game, Japanese versions, European versions, just very, very cool stuff here. So before we get into the DS stuff, I do want to show you guys Haunted Castle Revisited, because I think this is super neat. Like, it's 2024 Konami, so I'm pretty sure that this was created just for this game. Like, and like, this is the only way to play this version of the game. We'll skip the cutscene because I don't want to spoil the story here. But like, look at how good this looks. Like this looks absolutely gorgeous. The parallax scrolling going on. The new music sounds really good. There's some really cool whip effects that you end up getting, like here. And like, it's still tough as nails, but because this is a modern game, you do have some additional settings. You can change control settings. You could do different filters if you want scanline or smoothing. There's difficulty settings as well, which I did actually not know existed, and stage selection too. So you can make it a little bit easier if you need to, because like I said, it can be a challenging game. But I love, like, this version is freaking awesome. Like, it looks so good. I love this art style that's like, almost like Super Nintendo-ish, but with a lot of different scrolling effects, a lot of characters on screen, which you'll see as the game kind of progresses, and just I love this. Like, I absolutely love this. Like, I'm going to play through this game because I've never beaten Haunted Castle. I'll keep it real. Like, it's a challenging game, and although it's an arcade game, which means you can get continues at the wazoo. But, like, this is so cool to me, man. This is so cool, and I absolutely love this. I love that it's in here. This is like a bonus. This isn't even like the main course. This is just like, oh, hey, you know what? Castlevania is cool. Let's do this. Just completely out of left field. So this is Haunted Castle Revisited, but now we got to check out the star of the show. We're only going to check out Dawn of Sorrow because Dawn of Sorrow Master Race, but I want to show you guys the different features and just talk about it. Alrighty, so here is Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, and you're looking at the screen and you're like, all right, you got to break this down for me, RGT. Okay, I'll do that very easily. So on the left side of the screen, we have our main gameplay as far as playing the game. So kind of consider that to be like your top screen. The bottom screen is basically the map section of the game. So in the original DS version, you would have the map, or you would have Soma's character card on there, so you could see what sort of different souls you have attached to your character, what you need for this, that, or the other. And then you also have the last enemy that you fought. Now, every enemy in this game has a soul and has 2 different items that they will drop. You randomly get the souls of these characters, or these enemies, I guess you should say, and then you can use them to your advantage. One tip of advice: the second you come across a manticore, harvest that manticore, because then you get this, and it makes your life a hell of a lot easier when you are fighting, because this little tail thing will help you in battle, and it constantly scales up to what level you are currently on, so that way the tail is always doing, maximum damage for you. And whatever you do, get the freaking manticore thing. But of course, you want to see some more things here. So we have, of course, you could save anywhere and you can load at any time. You have various control settings here where you can change stuff and do all this sort of stuff. I'm just going with default because I think it works, but you can also see that there is a rewind feature that you can use as well, just in case you die somewhere that you didn't really want to die. Other settings, you can adjust how the screen is laid out. So you can have this, you can have this, you can have this, you can have this, you can have this. Very cool. It gives you a lot of choices. I think the default one is the best one. You could choose a different background color if you want to. Like, that's kind of cool, I guess. Change some various audio settings, and then you have the compendium, and this is freaking awesome. So it shows you all the different souls and like what they do. And like, this is super freaking cool because all of the souls like do different things. So you want to know, kind of, if you wanted to see what they did without actually having to equip them, what sort of, attributes they have. You can see the equipment as well, the enemies and stuff. Freaking brilliant. Freaking brilliant. Now, I know what you're saying to yourself. If you are familiar with this game, you would know that there is a touchscreen component. Basically, in order to open up some certain doors or whatnot, you have to open a seal. And the way that you used to do the seal thing was by basically drawing it on the touch screen. Now, if you're playing this on other platforms, you don't have that option. I'm happy to say that if you decide to play this game in handheld mode on the Nintendo Switch or OLED or whatever version you got, you can use the touch screen to draw the symbols, and it works like really well. If you don't play it on a Switch, or if you're playing it in docked mode like I am now, the game does actually turn it into a quick time event in which you will basically press different buttons that are required for the symbol, and then it will allow you to use the symbol and whatnot. So you have a bit of versatility, but I honestly do feel, oh, that's a dead end, I know that. I do feel like the Switch version is actually the better version because of that ability, because of the option to have that touchscreen control, which of course was the standard control in the game. So, I mean, just God, I'm going to play through this again. Like, I don't know how many times I've beaten this game, but it's a lot. I want all the souls. I love getting all the souls. I love having all the information right there showing me how rare the soul is, the different items and stuff like that. Like, just so awesome. For $25, this is ridiculous. This is an absolute steal. Like, just monumental value here. Buy this immediately. Like, the second you're done watching this video, you buy this game, okay? You don't ask any questions. You just do it. If you're a fan of Metroid games or Metroidvanias or Castlevanias, if you're a fan of Castlevania, you've already bought this. I mean, let's just be real here. Like, you bought this way before my video. You just wanted to see me gush about this game. But this is an absolutely brilliant collection. I'm so happy that a bunch more people now get to check out these games. Because, you know, DS emulation can be kind of wonky at times, and, you know, some people don't want to mess with emulators. So, of course, Limited Run is probably doing a physical version of this. I don't think I'll buy it, though. Like, I'm cool. Maybe just a standard version of it. Like, I don't need the big collector's edition of this stuff anymore. Like, that part of my life is over. But this is Castlevania Dominus collection. Incredible value. So many awesome games. So much cool stuff. And I love it. So let me know in the comments section down below if you have ever played any of these games or you are familiar with these games, and if you plan on picking this up. Once again, if you're playing Dawn of Sorrow, get the Manticore tail. You could see it paying off in dividends right now. The Manticore tail is something that is mandatory. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit the bell notification as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.